Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday post-out card class. Come on just a few minutes early, just to give everyone time to get their notifications and so we can get started on time. If you're watching today and it's your first time and you don't know who I am, my name is Teresa Brown. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warragul in Victoria and have been for 19 years, going into my 20th. Today we're doing a beautiful layering card and we're doing card number 5. So hi Tanya, how are you? So card number 5 today, and instead of using our blender brushes this time, we're actually using markers or the blender pens. The blender pens. Now you can do these in any colours that you wish. I've stuck to a basic theme throughout this one. The simple reason is I didn't want people to have to order too many colours, but you can use whatever colours you have at home. So if you want to do yours in blues or whatever colour roses that you love, purples, mauve, whatever, you can do that. That's not a problem. In your kit though, you have got peach pie backing paper. So make sure that you have something that goes with that, or you can change it and use that peach pie for something else a bit later on, whichever way you want to go. I love our kits. Tell me what you think about the kits. Are you loving the kits? We've got our men kit is booked out fully and I'm bagging them up at the moment. They're getting all bagged up. Yesterday I finished off doing lots of little bits to that. I'm just giving everyone a few minutes to come on. So if you do come on, say hello and where you're from, and we'll get started in just a jiffy. So let's just go through what you're going to get in your kit today. You're going to get your like your little instruction sheet that's got the measurements on it mainly, and some of the colours that we're using. Plus you get a nice wish list this time as well, so you can write down maybe some of the products that have been shown over the last 4 cards, and or maybe coming on, and you might want something or an ink or a colour or whatever. You can just write down whatever you want on your wish list. Don't forget we have bonus month, so for every $90 you order you get a $9 voucher from Stampin' Up! To spend next month. Now that's a win-win in a way. So they will come to you through email through Stampin' Up! So don't forget to check your emails. Don't forget to copy and paste them and save them somewhere safe because that's important. Okay, so we're using the Layer of Beauty, and this is a beautiful one. It's all about us women at the moment. This month's all about women. We all love lovely cards and inspiration cards or happy birthday cards or whatever you like. And there's lots of little tips and gold nuggets throughout all these little classes that we're doing. These are, hi Kerry, how are you? Good to see you on. These kits are valued at $70. So if you had to come to an in-home class week after week after week, this would be a value of around $70. And at the moment, everyone's getting it for $45. If it's a post-out one, it will cost you $15 to get the bundle posted, okay? Because unless you can pick it up from me. And thank you to the girls from Vandersdale. I can see that you've got someone picking up all your packages on Tuesday, which is fantastic. If you can save that $15, all the better, because that's more money that you can spend on products or something else. I'm glad you're good, Kerry. Okay, so in this pack you should have your 3 little Dimentis or stick-ons, so you'll get them. You'll also get some white card, peach pie card for the front, one for the insert. You also get your envelope, and you'll also get your card. And now we're going to start. So we're going to come down. Hi Kay, good to see you. Good to see you come on. Okay, I find it easier to do this this technique particularly on my silicone mat, and I don't know if I actually wrote that into my instructions, but either your glass mat or your silicone mat. Now, you're going to need a little bit of glue on the back of this, so I'm just going to get my seal. You can use your seal, you can use your liquid glue, you can use whatever you want or you have handy. I'm just going to use this. Now, little tip, if your seal doesn't work, just use your silicone mat and move it along a little bit and it will help it slide along. Okay, so slide it and then tick it off, and then slide it and tick it off. And the reason you tick it off is that it gives it a nice tick off, gives it a nice stopping right at that roller. Okay, so we're going to place this one down here. Now, like I said, we're going to use blends this time. The good thing about the silicone mat is that it won't come off, but the glue won't stick to it either. Like when you lift this, it won't stick, so it won't stay permanent, so which is really fantastic. I love that idea. Okay, then your small piece, this piece here, just for the people that have got their kits, this is 10 by 7, and this is going to go into the center. Now, when you're doing this, I don't want you to be worried about just a couple of little pieces on this. See, it's not rolling, just roll it on the silicone mat and it will roll perfectly. You can measure if you're a measurer, or you can eyeball it. I'm going to eyeball it, but a lot of people like to measure, and that's fine. You can measure it if you want to. Now, we're going to be putting mats behind this, so I don't want you to worry about if it doesn't cover the whole lot. Now, if you haven't got a big embossing, a big block, you can put it on here, but I'd rather you put it on something like your mat here. Why? Because we're going to be turning it upside down and it's a bit hard to see the other way around, because we want to place it this time, our big stamp. Okay, so I'm going to come on here with this and maybe buy yourself a couple of plates and have them just for big backgrounds. I love them for the background stamps or for a big stamp, using the, these are the plates number 3 that go through our cutting machine, but I do use them for more than that. You can get the big block also. That's not a problem, you can get that. I'm just going to move things around here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to sort of place where we want this to go onto our card. Okay, so we want it to sort of come out over onto this section. We want, whichever way you want to go, you can go. You can turn it up whichever way you want to have it. So you can go this way, or this way. It doesn't really matter. It just depends what you want in your diagram. Well, I'm aiming for the 2 big ones in mine. So I'm sort of going for this sort of like technique on mine. So I'm going to come down and bring it down here. So it's going to come onto both layers of the white paper. Okay, so I'm just going to come down and give it a really good rub. Okay, so don't worry about this bit here, because when you actually put your mat on there, you won't notice that as much. Okay, so we're going to come down with the next one. So ink him up again. And like I said, you can get lots of different cards out of it this way, for the simple reason is that you can change it around to however you want to change it around. And that's the nice thing about it. So wherever you want to come in and place these, you can place them this way, whichever way you want. So I'm just going to bring this down here, and I'm just going to give it a good rub in here. Whoop, I just moved that. Let's hope we don't get shadows. Nope, no shadows. Good. This then gets peeled off and put into our chamois, or if you've got a bit of white paper towel, you can just get your paper towel and rub it over it. Now, why am I doing it with the paper towel? Because I've got an actual clean chamois, a new chamois, and I don't want all this black on it. Not to start off with anyhow. So I got some paper towel here today as well. That's all right, because we're going to be coming back to using that. So, and also it just helps wipe off the marks around. Okay. Pop that on there. And you can always wipe around your silicone mat as well, just so you don't put your fingers in it, mainly because you don't want to do that. Okay. I did do a bit of a shadow effect there. I did move it a little bit, but that's okay. Now you can use the mask for this technique as well, even though we're using our blends, we can still come in with our mask. Okay, so we're going to come in with mask number 1, and you're going to have to do it on both sides. So you're going to have to turn it around. Don't forget, the thing that you want to keep an eye out for is the little dots here on your daisies. Okay, because they're the ones that sort of you're going to see. So there's a little dot here, a little dot here and here. And then you're going to come in with your light peach pie. And it's different doing it with the blends to doing it with the ink, okay? Because it's a little bit darker to start off with, but that's okay. Just colour within your area. Okay. So we've got our first one. We can do the daisies too, or you can do them in different colours. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. If you want to do them in yellows, you can do that now. Just bring this around here and a little bit over this side. Okay, and once you've got this first one done, then just turn your page around and come back in and do your second one. Line up your daisies once again, because that's the easiest way to go, is to line up those daisies. Okay, so we've got the daisies lined up, and we're just going to come in and do our second one. A lot of people think you have to use a blender brush, but you don't have to. And the idea of these classes is to share lots of different ideas with that one stamp set. I've chosen similar colours for the simple reason is I didn't want people to have to buy a lot of colours, and I know you've got lots of colours at home, so just use what's in your stash, you know, when you're remaking these up. Okay, and then a little bit down here, and a little bit here. A little bit in there. So that's our first one. And then our second one is number 2. And this time we're going to come in with just a little bit darker. We're going to come in with the Tamed Tiger. Tamed Tiger. And we're going to come in with that one. So once again, you're going to line up your daisies, or something that you can see straight away to use that's easier. So this time I'm going with these little flowers over here. I'm sort of looking at them, and then I'm looking, hang on a minute, our daisies over here. I'm just looking. Okay, I've got it around the wrong way. This way. Okay, that's better. So these little flowers, the little daisy here, one down here, you can see where they've got to go. And you can just move it and line these up over the holes. It'll give you a really good indication, and then just come down with a little bit of Tame Tiger. You don't have to do it really hard. And just come around the edges. So how many of you have actually used your blenders on your masking? Because it's a really lovely way of doing it. Sometimes you've got a colour in your blends that you might not have in your inks. So it's another way of using your colours. Okay, and then come down. So tell me, how's everyone going? I hope no one's in that affected fire area. That has been so shocking watching that on the news. I hope everyone's safe. My niece had to evacuate yesterday. She had to evacuate up to Bendigo. She had 7 children she had to evacuate with. It's pretty devastating. Her poor neighbour lost her house. Not much fun for all the people that are going through all that at the moment. Okay, so you can sort of see you've got that next colour coming through. Turn it around and do the same from here. Now, if you're worried, which I don't think you should be, but if you're worried about the colour going onto your mask, don't worry about that. Okay, if it's a bit permanent, it's not going to matter, or you can just use some alcohol hand wipes and take it off a bit. And someone asked me the other day, the little pieces that stick up. Yes, they do stick up. Just give them a good wash in some warm water and just lay them down flat, and they seem to come down a bit flatter when you do that. Okay, so it happens to everyone, not just to you. And a little bit in there, a little bit in here, a little bit over here. Okay, so you can sort of see you get your colouring happening, and it's a little bit different. And you can sort of see that you've got the colour on here. I just keep a little bit of hand sanitizer, and I've got some paper towel down here. I'm just going to grab it and fold this up. And just put a little bit on here. You don't want it to rush out, but you want a little bit in there. And just give it a wash. And then just go over the top of this, and you'll see that the colour lifts off really well. Pretty good. Can you see how that sort of lifts it off? Like I said, you can give them a good wash afterwards. But yeah, hand sanitizer is fantastic. I just get the little hand sanitizers. I have quite a few sitting on my desk actually. I have them all the time because I use them not just for my hands, I use them for cleaning things as well. Okay, so we can come in with number 3, and we're going to turn this around a little bit. If you want to do your third one, which on this one I didn't, I just did 1 and 2, and I didn't worry about doing 3. And I just did 4 on the leaves. So just going to get those leaves happening now. I just got to find a pattern here. Okay, get the leaves happening. You can use whatever colour. I think I'm going to come in with a granny apple green, but I have put on the thing old olive, but I have both, and you can use which, like I said, use whatever you like, whatever green you have. Who's keeping up? Am I going too fast? I hope not. I hope I'm not going too fast for the girls. I know some of you are crafting along with me, and I know some of you got finished last week with me, which was fantastic. Thank you for letting me know that you enjoyed it and that you got it done and that you made your cards. You're allowed to send them to me and share if you want to with a selfie, and I'll put them up on my page too. For you, if you want to take part in some show and tell, that would be awesome. Okay, so that one goes there, and then we're going to turn it around again. You can do 2 layers on this one or just 1. It's entirely up to you again, whichever way you want to go. The leaves seem to just fit in over the top. Pretty awesome. So just colour where they are. And like I said, you can go back and clean them with a little bit of rubbing alcohol or an alcohol wipe. Also, they're fine doing it that way. Now, we did our Christmas one and everyone loved that. That was an awesome one. And now we've got doing for January our ladies. February we've got our men's one, all about men in our life. March, I think we're going to have children and babies. I think that's what we're going to have. I think it's going to be good. You're going to have a lot of cards by the end of the year for lots of different occasions and learn lots of different techniques and ideas. This one's got no black on it, but that's okay. You don't need to have black on it. Just colour where the holes are. Okay. And if you wanted to come over with 5, you can. But that just puts a deeper line on it. Or you can just grab the other end of your pen. Oh, I just pulled that right out. Oh, that's never happened before. Oh. I've got muscles that I didn't know I had. Okay, let me just grab another one. Okay, that's better. Oh. You can just grab your pen too, and you can just do some highlighting with your pen if you want to. You don't have to come back in with that last mask. You can just come in and do a little bit of highlighting with it, and that's fine. It just depends how you wanna do it. So we can do a little bit of highlighting. And if you wanted to, you can always just come in and colour them. You don't even have to use the mask if you don't want to. You can just colour them with your water painter and your blender brush or your Wink of Stella brush. So you can do or use either of them. So just highlight it up. Okay. And then if you want to get the strawberry slush, just that darker one, you can come in and just do the circles in the daisies. If you want to do a little bit darker circle in the daisies, you can do that. Very good. Okay. So now in your kit, you should have your card, which we're going to score at 10.5. And my score, sorry, I've just got to get my paper trimmer. Like I said, I've been finishing off all the last of the men's ones. They look amazing. Score it at 10.5. Now, I did get asked why I don't score it, because I don't really have time to score everyone's paper. I have scored some in the men's ones because they're done and I need to score them to fold them in to fit into the cards. But there is some things I'd like you to have a go at yourself. So I hope you've got a good paper trimmer. Okay, so now we're going to come down with our top one. I'm going to bring this off our silicone. And we're going to bring this one also off. That's going to go there for a minute. This one's going to go down on here. So we're going to rub our glue. And we're just going to add a little bit of glue around here. This has got a little border around it. And that one goes that way, yep. And then this is going to be stuck onto the other little piece of peach pie. So we're going to stick that onto the peach pie. I'm just going to make sure we get the right flower at the right spot. Okay, so that works out pretty good. So you've got to make sure that you line up your flower and your leaves. Okay, so we're going to stick this on now. Now, I do like the Tombow glue for this reason, is that you can move this around a little bit, where if you're using the seal, you can't move your card around as much. So we're going to come in and line this up as good as we can. And that gives you that beautiful layering effect, which is absolutely gorgeous. Then we're going to come in and put our centre card in. This is all in your kit, by the way. So if for any chance you're ever missing anything out of your kit, please let me know. I try not to. I try to do all one card at a time. So, and then we're going to stamp a little word. And this one, I've just got God bless on this one, because it's actually one of the words that's in the Layer of Beauty stamp set. It's quite sweet. And you might have that sympathy card that you want to hand out, or a little card that you want to hand out. someone having a hard day or a hard time. Yeah, if you get all glue around here like this is where this comes in handy again. Okay, just a little bit of hand sanitizer. It comes out so fast. And you can just, oh, sorry, squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. But it does get all the glue off. Usually I just use alcohol wipes. But the last thing you want to do is get your card stuck to your glass mat because it's got glue on it. So just give it a bit of a scrub. That annoys me. It's like putting nail down a blackboard. Okay. Does clean it up nice. And you can sort of see all the muck that comes off your glass mat. It's really handy to make sure that you keep these areas clean when you're crafting so you don't get it onto your cards. Okay, so we're going to add that word. And I think I'll just use the black ink on this. So now I've allowed between half an hour and 3/4 of an hour on lots of our cards because you never know how long they're going to take. And I'm just going to put the little words in there. And that's our card number 5. Oh, hang on a minute. We have got a few extra things here to put on. I forgot. We have got our little ones here to put on. So I've got a big one here, which I'm going to grab and put on. And then a medium one just above the word here. And then that little one just down here. So we've got them put on too. Okay. Hello, Sharon. How are you? Hello, Christine. Good to see you. Have a look. How gorgeous is this? Now, every time you do this, it's going to look different. Let me show you another one that I've done in the same colours, but this one's done with the blender brush. This one's done with the blend. So you can sort of see and choose what way you like to do your colours and everything like that. There's no right, wrong. They just look different, but just the same, they look gorgeous and you can use them for anything. Now, the other thing that I like to do is I like to go off and come back and give you a 10-minute break. Now, the reason I do that is so that when you go, you've got your kit, you don't have to look through a whole stream of, thank you, Sharon, a whole stream of videos to find the video you want. You get each video is separate and they are put over to my Facebook page because, over to my YouTube because Facebook only keeps them for 30 days. So if you're looking for card number 5, I'll have the heading, what it is, January post out and card number 5. Easy to find for you to go back and rewatch. Stop, pause, rewatch, whichever way you want to go. So thank you for watching number 5. We're going to come back and do card number 6 and then we're going to do card number 7. So let's take what? Who needs a 5-minute break or a 10-minute break? Tell me in the comments. Do you want a longer break or a shorter break? Are you up to date, not up to date? Whichever way you want to go. Let's say we'll be back in quarter to 2. We'll come back at 1:45 and we'll do card number 6. Thanks, Tanya. Okay, I'll see you all soon. God bless you all, and I'll see you at 1:45.